Hey guys, I'm Tara Fitzgerald and welcome back to Millennial Marvels, where we showcase young achievers and aim to debunk those lazy millennial myths. On today's show, we have a special guest, Laura Pintur, who with her determination and core values was responsible for men's magazine Zoo being taken off the shelves and prompting its closure. Laura's organisation What's Normal is working to demolish female sexualisation in Australian media. Hi Laura, welcome to the show.
Hi Tara, thanks for having me.
Of course. So this is crazy. I'm sitting right now next to the woman who instigated getting the infamous Zoo magazine taken off the shelves in supermarkets. Is that right?
That's right, yes it is.
How did this start? Where did your passion for getting this magazine off the shelves come from?
Yeah, good question. So for me, it all started back in 2015 when I went and heard a talk by an incredible woman called Melinda Tankard-Rees. Mm-hmm. And she talks on the pornification of our culture, the harms of pornography to young people, sexualisation of girls in our culture. My mum dragged me along to the talk. I was like, oh, I don't really want to go.
You weren't keen?
Wasn't keen. Ended up going, having my mind blown by this issue of just what pornography is really doing to young people.
Right.
And just how it's shaping the way we view ourselves, the way we view others. And during her presentation, she actually showed an image taken from the Facebook page of Zoo Weekly.
Right.
And it was an image of a girl that was photoshopped in half, and it asked the viewers to rate which half you would like and why.
No way.
And so it completely objectified women. And so asked the viewers to say, you know, do you want just the bums or just the boob? And it just reinstated this whole narrative that girls are purely their bodies. And so as a young person growing up, it's subconsciously, it's what you feel.
Yeah, right.
So 2 days later, I was like, this is an issue that's affected me, it's affected my friends. Yeah.
You were straight onto it. You're like, this is not
It was just like
happening.
one of those things that like the fire inside of me just like was
lit.
alive. Like it was like, this is an issue that's affected me in
Yep.
so many more ways than I didn't even realise.
Wow.
So 2 days later with Collective Shout, who are a campaigning movement against sexualisation in the culture, we started a campaign online on change.org, and I asked Coles and Woolworths to take Zoo Weekly off the shelves.
You went straight to the source.
What I decided was that having it on the shelves normalised the behaviour that Zoo was promoting, which was that girls are objects, that they can just be used and abused.
Well, I mean, at the supermarket, there are kids as young as 3 walking around there. They're going to be walking past the magazine shelf. They're going to see the, yeah, right.
And it was 36,000 young boys between the age of, I'm pretty sure it was like 13 and 16 reading it a week at one stage.
13?
The statistics said, yeah. And so it was not only just the images in Zoo, but it actually gave advice to young boys that said you've got to pick the loosest, skankiest one of the lot, fetch her a drink and separate her from the flock. So when a lot of my friends had been sexually assaulted growing up in their teenage years, for me this was a huge cultural driver. This was the permission driver that says it's okay to treat women like that. And it was just normalising this behaviour. So I decided, target Coles and Woolworths, try and get it off the shelves there, because if they pride themselves in being a family-friendly supermarket and all of those things, then they can't have Zoo Weekly as well. So started the change.org petition. Over just a few months, it gained 40,000 signatures, and it inspired one 20-year-old girl to actually take action herself, who worked at Coles. And she made a complaint to her union, and because she felt brave enough to do that because it was backed up by 40,000 other people, she made the complaint, Coles took it off the shelves, and then in tow, the entire magazine shut down. So
amazing.
From just hearing a talk to deciding to do something to 3 months later having an entire magazine globally shut down was a pretty crazy roller coaster adventure.
You peaked, like went from 0 to 100 so quickly. And now you have an organisation called What's Normal?
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that.
So from taking the magazine down, I ended up speaking in schools all over the country.
About the objectification
of women, the sexualisation of girls, just what pornography was really doing to young people. Average age of first exposure to pornography is 11. And so what young kids are seeing in pornography is really violent towards women, really objectifying towards women, and it's shown as normal. So when these young boys are experiencing such extreme imagery from such a young age, they then just go and act that out, and they think that's normal. So the stories, that's all they know. And so the stories I heard from traveling around in schools of what girls were experiencing and what boys were experiencing for me, it just sparked this question, what are we normalising?
Yeah,
so I started
right.
the organisation What's Normal. And we engage young people in a conversation about the tricky topics and unpack them, challenge the norm, and really encourage them to actually be intentional about what they will accept as normal.
Right. And do you think that what you're doing and this idea that you're putting forward is rare amongst the millennial generation, or are people pretty receptive and go, you know what, you're so right, I've thought about this, but I haven't been shown it in the social media forms?
Yeah, absolutely. So an example of that would be recently I went and spoke to a girls' school, and I was speaking to your 8 girls, so 12-year-old girls, and I asked, who here gets asked to send nudes? 80% of those girls put up their hand without even blinking an eyelid.
80%?
80%. And so for them, that's the norm. They then wanted to know how to say no, because these girls aren't being given the permission to actually say no. Media, popular culture, all of those are driving a message to say that girls are purely their bodies. So we want to go in and we want to say that you're more than just your bodies, and you have the permission to say no. And so these girls, so we do about 3 sessions with the young people, and by the end of it, they feel empowered to actually make the decisions that they want to make and feel like they actually can say no if that's what they want to do. And it's much broader. A bit of a motto that we have is that young people, we want to take them from being consumers of culture to being creators of culture. So we want to be able to actually encourage them, pursue your passions, pursue things that makes you happy rather than just doing things for just because it's, the daily grind or just what's normal.
Amazing. It's so cool to see that someone is actually going out there and, teaching the youth that you can do something different and it doesn't have to be this way. And I hear that you were the winner of the Young Victoria Achievers Award.
Yes, I was.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Incredible. That's like the highest accolade that a millennial could possibly get. What's next for you? What are you going to do next?
Continue to give this conversation and start this conversation right around the world, really. For me, it changed my life to have a conversation like this. And to say that I, 1, wasn't purely my body, and 2, had the power to actually change culture. And so I want to give that same opportunity to so many young people. So we're at the moment about to embark on a film series so that the message can become sustainable and scalable so that as many young people can get it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations on everything that you've achieved. It's amazing to hear what you've done. Thank you for being on the show. Check us out on Facebook for more information about the show and our guests. I'm Tara Fitzgerald, and remember, stay young.